Hello friends, I am the HBK. Welcome to International Leaks. Today I will talk about Russophobia and show you a history of hate from Russian side. Let's get begin. We can't deny how European and Western countries hate Russia. And right now, the word Russophobia is trending everywhere. In Europe's protesters call Russian are murderer. Joe Biden call Russia is aggressive. Russians say it's US that people don't want to love or respect Russia. Russians are called prostitutes. Why so much hate for Russia? Let's see a video footage and try to understand what is Russophobia and the history of hate from both sides.
Russia is the aggressor. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
We have inequality for Russians. We have actual racism and bigotry against Russians.
It's now dangerous to be Russian in Europe.
Мы те, кого не очень хочется уважать и любить.
Russophobia can't be ignored.
Musimy szukać alternatywnych wyjść i sposobów i uwolnić się od wszystkiego, co rosyjskie.
Can a nation suddenly be disliked? Or was the hostility always there and only now come to the fore?
The more strong Russia is, the more strong Russophobia is in the West.
Is Russophobia new, or has it been seen before?
Генрих Сталин составил план московитам передвигаться не иначе, как в железных кандалах, залитых у ног свинцом.
На самом деле это исторический факт, что Ленин и ранние большевики считали русский народ неполноценным.
Я не осуждаю русских за то, каковы они, но я порицаю в них притязание казаться такими же, что и мы.
Дикари, которые не умеют пользоваться туалетом, а мы придем и захватим их и цивилизуем.
В Америке в основе деятельности лежит свобода, а в России рабство.
And all we gotta do is just beat them over the head and just tell them the right way to live, and they're just gonna do it.
Русофобия уже 500 лет. А ругать другого часто приятнее, чем хвалить.
I follow what happens in Russia many decades. I try to understand why my own colleagues used, say, 90% anti-Russian position. I made some research and I discovered a very deep Russophobic since long time.
Guy Mitan is a well-known journalist and politician. He heads the Geneva Press Club and wrote a famous book, Creating Russophobia from the Great Religious Schism to Anti-Putin Hysteria, in which he contends that Russophobia in Western Europe isn't new, but has been there for centuries.
This Russophobic narrative is set. I follow what happens in Russia many decades. I try to understand why my own colleagues used, say, 90% anti-Russian position. I made some research and I discovered a very deep Russophobic since long time. When I write articles, I have many critics ask me, oh, you have to denounce Russia because Russia is killing people in Ukraine. I say, okay, but we have to denounce American in Iraq, crimes against humanity in Afghanistan, Somalia, Libya, Syria, and Yugoslavia. They say, oh, it's another story. We cannot compare. If you raise the problem with the own behavior, criminal behavior, oh no, you cannot compare. All the media here cover the Ukrainian side, but don't cover the Russian side. This Russophobic narrative is set on two main arguments. One is Russia is a dictatorship. It was a tyranny with the Tsar, it was a tyranny during Soviet times, and now it's tyranny during the presidential times. The second point is Russian expansionism, Russian imperialism. And it's completely fake, but this is always the same games. You know, it's typical book written by a Russophobic writer. How Mr. Putin is described in the book and how the story is told. You can see all the cliches, all the prejudices against Russia. The way used to describe the event was not to speak about the terrorists. So that's same prejudices. No explanation why these people took the children, not a word. It was all because bad Russian behavior in Caucasus. All the journalists who covered the event, they speak only about.
For more leaks, subscribe our channel International Leaks. Thanks for watching.